Hello everybody, welcome back to another channel video. Today we're going to be driving the Sienna and we're going to be covering primarily two things on this drive review. First will be the first impressions that I have on the Michelin Crossclimate tools that I recently purchased and installed on the car. And second, we're going to be talking about the laser adaptive cruise control that this limited 2010 model has equipped. So stay tuned for the content of the video. Okay, so for those who are watching this type of content for the first time, I would like to explain real quick what are the Crossclimate tools. But in order to do that, I need to show you first the other set of tires that are already out there. So here I have a summer tire. So like the name says, these tires are really good on the wet and on the dry, as long as it is above 50-60 degrees Fahrenheit. It's meant to be driven in the summer with temperatures at or above 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and they are made primarily with the objective of improved grip on the dry and on the wet for performance reasons. The other set of tires that all at the very other end of the spectrum are the winter tires, and these are the complete opposite. So these tires, as you can see, they have a lot of sipes and grooves, and they're made of a different compound than the summers over there, and primarily they're meant to enhance traction when the temperatures are below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So the Crossclimate 2s are a type of all season, but this is a all season that is truly blending all season capabilities. The regular all seasons, and I have one of those here also. This is one of the tires that I removed from my Corolla to install the winter tires. This is a regular all season tire, and in reality these tires are not good for winter conditions. I mean, they are usable, but when you have temperatures that are closer or below freezing, they don't behave very good. They don't grip very well, but they are not as bad as the summer tires. So it's a good blend, but I will call this more as a 3-season tire rather than an all season. So all season is more like a branding type of thing. So Crossclimate 2. So what is the difference with the Crossclimate 2? So the Crossclimate 2s, unlike the summer and the all season, this let's say new generation all season, or like they call it all weather tire, this is snow certified. So let me see where I can find it. Symbol should be around here. There you go. So there you can see the symbol. That's the snowflake three-peak mountain symbol. That means that this tire is certified for the minimum requirements of snow traction. But at the same time, this is a tire that doesn't have the same wear characteristics of a winter tire, which if you drive those on the summer, they're gonna wear out and they're gonna make a lot of noises. And like I said, they're gonna wear out very fast. So these winter tires cannot or should not be driven on summer. Versus the Crossclimate 2s, it has winter capabilities good enough for the certification for the three-peak snowflake mountain symbol, but at the same time they don't wear as fast and they handle very well, which is a drawback that the winter tires have, that they don't handle very well. Even in the cold, you see the car move a lot. They provide good traction, but they don't handle very well. So I put it here, and the advantage of this is that this is like a true 4 seasons, or like they call it all-weather tire, that you can use year-round and not be worried about the tire having premature wear. For sure, it's not going to have the same longevity as a regular all-season, but it's a tire that truly you can use through all 4 seasons and have good enough traction. So next, let's gonna hop into Sienna and do the quick drive review and talk to you about how this tire performs. Okay, so driving the Sienna. A couple of things I want to cover in this quick drive video. The first thing is the tires. So as you have probably seen in one of my previous videos, I had installed on my car the Crossclimate tools, and I want to go over real quick about that, but quickly out of the way, I haven't been able to test it in snow yet. As soon as I have some snow, I will record a video and tell you how it performed in the snow. But today is just a quick update into what it has been living with the Crossclimate tools for a month or so far. So the tires, just to have a quick answer, they just behave like any other normal tires. There is no any drawbacks that I can tell. This car is by default very noisy, so it's basically a big hollow box on wheels, so you can hear all kind of noises on this car. So if the tires are making or are adding any additional noise to the car, I have not been able to notice any changes. So on the noise side, I feel there's no changes at all. So on the comfort side, they are pretty comfortable tires. They're not stiff at all. They handle very well also, which the previous tires didn't handle bad. I never encountered situations where I felt like I was on danger or something. But this car is all-wheel drive, and probably that's the reason that is very short-footed all the time. But definitely, going from worn tires to new tires, you notice a change. I mean, the steering wheel is more responsive, it's quicker to respond, and overall feels very good. I have been able to drive it in rain, perfect. There is any slippage whatsoever. There's no traction control coming on or anything. And again, part of that is because this car is all-wheel drive, and it has one of the oldest versions of Toyota's all-wheel drive. So this car, this Sienna, is a 2010 Sienna, basically have a permanent lock 50-50 front to rear on the sender differential. So it's not a slip and grip system. So at the moment you step on the gas, you have equally distribution of power between all the wheels. So on that side, I haven't noticed any change. Again, I feel an improvement just because these tires are brand new, and looking to see how they behave in snow. That will be my next video. So a second topic that I want to talk about with the Sienna. So one of the key features that this specific Sienna has is the adaptive cruise control system, and I wanted to go over this real quick. Hopefully you can see it with the other camera view, what I'm doing. So and let me just show you, and then we're gonna go to the conclusion. So right now I started the system. I have it set to the maximum distance. You see what it did right there? The car basically does not react. It's accelerating now, and put it to 45. The car doesn't react on time to sudden changes on the vehicle speed in front of you. It is not quick to react, and it's probably due to the nature of this system. Is a laser based system, which means that is very susceptible to environmental conditions, and especially light changes. Anytime that rains, right now is raining just a little bit. It's not anything big, so it's still running okay. But when you have a downpour, it shuts down immediately. Also, if the sun is shining right in front of the sensor in front of the car, it also shuts down. It could be the perfect weather. So also, if you're going into a steep incline, and it basically just looking up above and doesn't have any object to reflect back the laser beam, it also shuts down. So it's very finicky. And like I mentioned, the system, even though it works fine when the weather is good, the light conditions are good, the system is not predictable. This system, it requires a lot of monitoring, and I don't know, that makes me not use it as often as I could. It definitely has a use on open highway, at highway speeds where cars are not changing speeds all of a sudden. So that's where I end up using it the most. And yeah, I have some ergonomic advantage when I'm having when I'm having long trips on the car. But for city driving, forget about it. It doesn't work. And even in highway, you still have I mean, you spend a lot of mental energy trying to monitor and supervise that what the system is doing. And you know, because now I have 2 years living with this car. I know when it's gonna fail. Basically, I can predict it. So you see, I'm driving in the city, the system is off. I'm not using it now at all. It just doesn't work on at city speeds. It's not usable because the system activates above 30 miles per hour. So below that, it cannot be even activated. And once you go above that, you I mean, like I mentioned, if a car smash the brakes in front of you, it won't react on time. So and that's the thing. I'll try to make another video, or probably if I can do it today, I will just edit it and just put it in the middle of this talk, so I can show you at highway speed how it does, and basically how I manipulate all the controls here on the steering wheel, just so you can see how it interacts. So and yeah, that's it. I mean, there's not too much I can add to this. It's my conclusion is that, you know, this system is and I wanted to mention also, I have driven other more modern adaptive cruise control systems, and the last one that I drove was like a 2020 Corolla. That's way better. I mean, it also steers for you. This car does not do the steering, just accelerates and brakes. But that car was a lot better. I mean, and it has, I mean, it stops you when you're in a traffic jam, in a stop and go situation, basically bumper to bumper. It makes a very good job. Still, you sweat a little bit. I mean, I'm not up to the point where I will trust my life to a car's computer, not even a Tesla or any of those. I mean, you're always subconsciously you're monitoring what the car is doing, and that's just a lot of stress to me. I will just prefer not to use it. But that newer version, really, it was really good. It was not bad at all. And the turning, that was the scary part of those cars, because they don't slow down and take the corners like naturally, like a human being will do it. If there is nobody in front of you, the car will keep the set speed. I mean, and when any human being, when you're reaching to a corner, you slow down. And I don't know why this adaptive system doesn't predict that. Probably they are now. I don't know. I mean, after all, I just drove a Corolla. Probably that's not a fancy system, or Toyota in general doesn't have any fancy system. But yeah, this system, I mean, it's something. It was good back in 2010, probably back in the time when it came out. But up to date, I won't use it that much. But like I mentioned, I'll try to put some have some footage taken. If I believe I will be taking the highway. I don't know yet. I need to wait for a call. But if I do it, I will just show in this video. And next video, next driving video will be driving the MX-5. Now that I know how to mount the cameras for driving positions, you know, I'm learning, and I don't know, you know, I didn't know how to set up cameras on the car, so now I know. And doing the editing so you can see like the two cameras at the same time. So this is a learning experience for me. So thanks a lot for watching. If you like this content, please consider liking, subscribing, and it will be until the next video. Take care, guys.